Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, Rando fans. Welcome to week 5 of the 2023 Link to the Past Randomizer League, brought to you by SpeedGaming. Tonight we have an Invitational League matchup in the Kakariko division between the Tile Roomies, who are represented by Plasma Kappa, and don't forget to track us, who are fielding PRD Wong. This is game 2, and I don't want to say too much about game 1 to avoid spoiling for those who would like to go back and watch the VOD. But it was a nail biter, so it's up in the VODs on the SpeedGaming 2 channel for your viewing pleasure, so be sure to check that out if you missed it live. Both of these teams are 5-4 coming into this game. There are 2 other teams in the division currently sitting at 5-3, so this is a big one to try and kind of emerge from that logjam for second place. JK LOL is at the top at 7-1. So this is Champions Ganon Hunt this week. I think I've talked enough. I'm joined by Maniacal. Maniacal, how are you? Would you like to tell us what Champions Ganon Hunt is all about?
I don't know that I know what Champions Ganon Hunt is all about, any more than I know what the Hokey Pokey is all about. But
in theory, what is Champions Ganon Hunt all about?
It's a Triforce Hunt type mode where there are 3 Triforce pieces throughout the world. We need to get 2 of those 3, but they're located in 3 pretty well-defined places. One is in the basement of Ganon's Tower. There's no Ganon's Tower big key. And Ganon's Tower access is locked behind 5 crystals, any 5 crystals. One is in the Pyramid Fairy. That is, of course, locked behind 2 red crystals, 5/6 dungeon crystals. And one is on the pedestal, locked behind 3 pendants. So it's kind of a choose-your-own-adventure type of mode, except when it's not, and then it's the seed chose your adventure for you type of mode. So we'll see how this shakes out. Some of these are really, really open, and there's a lot of options, and then some of them are really restrictive. How do you feel about this mode, Late-Bit?
Be honest with you, I personally have not touched it, but the seeds I've caught so far this week, this mode stinks.
It can be pretty gross. I was just doing a practice, and by the way, we got gloves here at Sanctuary, and so Kappa went right into the back of Escape. We're seeing actual substantive things happening already, and PRD is not far behind. But decided to do a practice, thought I can jam a practice before this, because very often these are like 50 to 60 minutes. Bad ones are like 75. Real bad ones are fairly rare, and they're like 100 minutes. And you'll never guess exactly what type of one I got when I chose to do a practice right before this.
Would you like your 100 minutes back?
No, because practice is good. But I just want to highlight the dispersion in experiences in this mode. So we'll see what sort of seed our runners have. The previous match, as you were mentioning, quite good between these 2 teams. It was actually quite an interesting seed. Not one of the worst ones, not one of the best ones.
Yeah, again, that one's up on the SpeedGaming 2 channel in their VOD archive, so definitely go check that one out. I did not catch it live myself, but I'm told it was a fantastic watch, so I will certainly be watching it.
Yeah, if you didn't catch it, or anyone who's listening didn't catch it, like Jay Meisher, if you haven't watched that one, definitely check it out. Or don't. But yeah, Jay Meisher, one of the 2 racers who was in that race, and also in chat with us right now. It was a bit of a wild one, and we're seeing nothing on the Lumberjack. That's nice. We might still have Aga. I'm finding a lot of these have logical Aga, and so Kern Jump seems to be really, really valuable in this mode for whatever reason. Whatever weird reason the champions designed it in this way. We've got lots of current jump seeds, lots of mid-Dark World access is what I've been seeing.
Yep, I was told about a Kern Jump seed that definitely occurred earlier this week, so it's absolutely something to watch out for if things start bottlenecking a little bit before we get the kind of access we're looking for.
Yeah, with starting Sword, you do get closer to that logical Aga, and so you start off kind of closer to that with small keys being vanilla in their dungeons. We do have a big key shuffle, by the way, in this. That's sort of the other wrinkle, is that the big keys are shuffled. So you can't just go jam any dungeon you want, but it will at least have its small keys in there as well as its map and compass.
Yep. And we do get boots to start out to kind of speed the stinkiness along a little bit.
Yeah, gives us a few extra checks like library and bonk rocks that are accessible early, and also just lets us move fast. For people who are really adept at pressing the A button, lets us skip over some gaps and stuff, save some time here and there, clown around a bit, but
A button
mostly just lets us run. At least the A button isn't one of those concave ones. That would hurt. Let's see. Really not too much going on in CAC so far. We did get a 4th heart container here for Cap and the Well. That's nice.
Oh, that sounded like the Sank heart to me.
Yep. Oh, we got 2. And yeah, this is just... I guess it's nice to have some hearts, especially after last week. Yep. But this is, it's not shaping up to be a particularly exciting Kakariko, but there is a Moon Pearl.
Yep.
And the not spin speed there, but I admire going for it. Looks like PRD is also setting up for it. See if we get that spin. Oh no, we're not. We're just going for the top route anyway.
Yeah, that works.
Yep.
And we did see earlier that money is pretty free in the sea. The crab prize is a 20, and crabs are plentiful. So if we need to go visit a certain scam fish, we have some reserves to dip into.
Yeah, we'll see if that comes up. Right now we do have that glove, so it is in logic. But there's a lot more to do before we hopefully end up at that eventuality. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like we don't necessarily want to go to Zora right away, but we do have a bottle here on the library. Probably going to run back up and turn that in.
Yeah, for sure.
But we're seeing pretty much lockstep from our 2 runners. PRD did do a Link's House start. I believe went and did Uncle. We're a little late getting in. The runners started just a little earlier than we thought they might. And
wow,
so,
Kappa's not going to turn that bottle in.
Huh. Did not do Uncle. Okay, thank you to our tracker, Nochibato, who knows way more than me. Got Saha. Okay. I was setting up. So thank you, Jamie. Sure. So that is really the leading point of divergence here, as well as this bottle. We'll see if this shows up.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
There is some potential in that, though.
Yep. Ether is just a plain pendant, but that is a completable dungeon, and you will not say no to any of those in this mode right off the bat.
Yeah. Even though you don't necessarily want to get yourself into the 3 pendant situation, just because if you can get away with 2 red crystals and 3 blue crystals, that gives you the most flexibility and the minimum sort of number of completions to get through the seed.
Yeah, for sure.
So that tends to be sort of people's default preference. But Eastern Big Key, we're seeing an Eastern play pretty early, and pendants are looking promising.
Yep, PRD Wong is going to have a free path to Eastern here in about 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah, so we'll see how long it takes Kappa to get back to that bow. Any Kappa fans in chat need to be sending help right about now. But there might be another bow. Send bow.
Yeah, just go ahead and give us a vanilla bow. Stick silvers in the Eastern big chest.
And we are seeing PRD committing to thoroughness here. Farming up those rupees for Zora. I suspect we're going to see the water walk into Zora here.
Yeah, I like this play with these boots in hand and a pearl in your pocket, because you can kind of knock it all out at once. And it's all in logic.
Well, not the flippers checks, but at least getting Zora is in logic, and there's no risk of getting like heart pieced out of one of the chests in Waterfall with that Moon Pearl reset the walk state. So
right, yeah.
It's a safer play than it might otherwise be. We'll see what Kappa chooses to do. Kappa does not have the Zora money in order just yet. Didn't do as much bush crab farming.
Right.
All right, we'll see what the waterfall has here. Skipping Hobo for now. Keeping that water walk. We'll see if there's a water walk back into the portal. Are going to check this prize, and we're getting those last rupees for Zora here on PRD's side. Didn't end up getting any rupees out of Smoldorms or out of the Ice Rod Cave, so getting a little bit of extra overworld-underworld transitions. We are coming back out from the waterfall and seeing a big key on Hylia Island.
Oh my.
So
the Waterfall Fairy did give us a vanilla green goo in that bottle, so that's nice little early present.
bottle filled, money saved. It's not so bad.
Absolutely.
Now, where does Kappa go? I'm guessing this is probably a front of escape. I think that's probably where I'd go in Kappa's situation here. And looks like, yeah, that's what it is. You're hoping to maybe spike a bow so you can put Eastern together all at once. There's 2 items guaranteed at Uncle. You've got your front of escape items. There was an item, so no map, no small key at Sanctuary. But you'll get information about where that map might be. Back of Escape, I think, had a map?
I believe so. There's our second sword in the Uncle Secret Passage.
Or wait, yeah, I think we got the small key, because I think Kappa went through to Dark Cross. And then that was where the map was.
Yep, chat is confirming that.
Yep. See, this was all in that frantic first minute while I was very much trying to get the stream pulled up.
Yeah, for those that don't know, they scheduled this match 1 minute earlier than standard matches. So this kicked off at 11:09 Central Time.
But that is A-okay.
Yeah, kind of threw us off for a little bit, but we're settled in now. All right, Scamfish has a big key. Oh, what is it?
This could be juicy. That is juicy.
Juice.
Yeah.
That's juice. Especially if Thieves turns out to be like an easy 5/6. That's big.
Yeah, but also mitts in the boom chest.
Oh
so, front of escape is one of those things that you may see people put off. You don't see put off a ton because you kind of get throttled down to it, especially when it's something as impactful as mitts, especially if hammer's not available. But we will see how long it takes PRD to get over there and get those gloves.
I don't suspect it will be put off for too long because, well, this opening phase can only last so long before you get funneled.
Yeah, also first fire source. So proper Dark World and first fire source. That is surprisingly bad for Kappa, given the Thieves' big key being outstanding, as well as that bow.
Yeah. Scamfish is not one of those things that you're likely to prioritize at this stage of the race.
Although, we're probably going to get that bow on our way to the Dark World portal. I think Kappa's probably going to clean up the bottle turn in there.
I would agree with that.
So I think that one's going to be okay. So as long as we either find a mirror to get back to Zora with Catfish, potentially, or end up not needing the Thieves' big key, I think this could work out well for Kappa.
Yep. All right. About to get our first look at the Dark World.
Yeah, I imagine we'll get a map check. Knowing the lay of the land in this mode and where your pendants and crystals are and where those red crystals are is just so important relative to just about any other mode. And we do have green pendant pod, pendant thieves, reds, and ice and skull. Kind of gross.
Yeah.
Now that pendant thieves is going to feel real good for PRD. Just because you have the big key as well as this Eastern out of the way, you're really going to be looking to potentially finish up pod at some point if you get that pod big key and a hammer. It bodes well.
Let's not kid ourselves. Hammer's in pod. It's always in pod.
This mode has some gross energy with pod hammer. I don't understand it yet. But like this mode does some dumb cursed things. It might relate to the AGA frequency or something, but it's not cool, man. It's not cool. I don't like it at all.
It's not. Kappa pulls the skull big from the first chest of Thieves Town, so that's nice to route in once he leaves here.
So Structural Mike asking, is Mitz in Logic without Fire Source? Because Glove was in Sanctuary and Small Key was available in Back of Escape, yes. That's a good question, though, because of where our first Fire Source was. But here it's not going to tell us anything about where that Fire Rod's hiding. But that is fairly astute to be thinking that way. And we see Kappa just doing front four thieves, doesn't have that big key from Zora. Just going to get this out of the way. And we only got one item in the front, which is kind of gross for this mode.
Yeah, that's nasty.
That is the bare minimum. But one of the nice things about early front thieves dip is that Death Warp is pretty handy.
Yep.
Generally don't have too many hearts, and those Zazics tend to hit pretty hard. And yeah, we are seeing PRD heading back toward where we know Mitz and Lamp are. That'll be Dark World for PRD. Assuming that he doesn't stray from this course here.
Yeah, I don't see any reason he would. We're going to get the dig game from Kappa. Pays his 80 rupee entrance fee. Immediately gets 3/4 of it back. And 18 digs later, it's a heart container.
Yeah, not really what you signed up for, but not the worst.
No, eight hearts is that gets you pretty comfy this early in the game.
Yeah, 8 hearts is real nice for this early.
Oh, we're getting an early Smith chain here.
Yeah, the old grab and go. We're gonna have to save and quit if we don't find the mirror, but you know, this is a nice route. This Mitz starting route with real no action in Dark World. Just get Stumpy, get Hype Cave, and kind of head back and turn that Smith in. And nice. We're probably gonna do it from the south.
Nice vanilla shovel.
Yeah.
Do I hear vanilla flute?
Yeah, our tracker pointing out or reminding me that Kappa didn't do that bottle turn in. And so outlook with that shovel and Smith is more positive for Kappa finally getting that first bow. Or what we think is the first bow.
There's 3 hundo. That's going to pull Kappa back to Zora to get that Thieves Big, I think. Maybe not immediately, but it's definitely on the radar now.
Yeah, as PRD gets those mitts and that lamp, probably going to see a similar follow on cleaning up the Dark World from mitts access. We could see with that Bombos the ambitious hammerless Ice Palace, but I don't think that PRD's a lunatic, so I don't think we're going to see that play right now.
No, yeah, you have to feel extremely behind or extremely clownish to do something like that at this particular phase. Nice powder at the dig spot.
Well, we're getting strung along a little bit here. We know it can't be both hammer and mirror, so it can wait a little bit, the powder.
Unless the Smiths want to just give us a hammer right here, right now.
Yeah, well, it can't be hammer and mirror. It can only be one or the other. But yeah, we'll see where this goes. We are being reminded by chat that as with apparently this mode, as this mode goes, it could be another Cairn Jump seed because we have a Master Sword, a Lamp, a Moon Pearl, and so we have the ability to get to East Dark World through Aga. Joy of joys.
Yep. And here's Kappa getting that bow.
Yeah. Good for Kappa. I don't know if that might be a push toward Pod. Definitely could be a push toward Eastern. Should be a push toward Eastern.
Agreed.
That said, with no Thieves Big yet, you might be looking to try and put off those pendants until you get just a little bit more information, but it's looking kind of like this is a pendant seed. Because Thieves tends to be pretty accessible.
Yep.
You know, we are a big key away. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say with Eastern and Pod, both pendants, that's kind of a combo that you'd like to do together if you can. So that's definitely puts pendants as a more favorable play here.
Yeah. But both runners in the front of Skull Woods right now. No, not sure how I feel about front of Skull in this mode. It's interesting because the dungeons, unlike a normal, quote-unquote, normal key sanity mode, where you would have your maps, compasses, and small keys all shuffled in the pool, here they're all kind of just jammed in your dungeons. And so there's a lot of odds of just finding them, but if you find the thing here, then that obviously can be really powerful.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know a lot of runners just try to treat Skullwoods as additional overworld checks. I'm kind of in that camp myself, but I completely understand if you don't want to do it. But with this loadout, you might not be back over here for some time, so you might want to get it out of the way.
Yeah, we can, see that we didn't find anything there today, but it was fairly low cost, and being thorough in this mode tends to be fairly reasonable. You really don't want to leave one of your, linchpin big keys hanging out behind. But it does look like, at least on Kappa's side, we're getting that heading over toward the Cairn Jump.
Oh, I like it.
Breaking behind Aga, yeah, I like it quite a bit. Think it's a good play. And PRD being a little bit... Oh, no, we're not going for the Cairn Jump. We just set up the Water Walk. Never mind.
Oh, beautiful.
That was... Water Walk's pretty free heading out of Skull. It's a nice reason to be in Skull.
Takes it to Catfish and me. Okay, I like this.
You're never going to be closer to Catfish than you are right now.
No, this is a good play.
This is in line with that philosophy. I mean, with those big keys that lock so little each, but are key to being able to beat the seed, it's sort of like you have an extra, 6 or 7 ice rods hanging around. And so you just don't want to leave the important ice rod somewhere.
Okay.
And that was an important item there at Catfish.
I like this play more now.
Yeah. Doesn't suck.
So both fish paying off quite handsomely in this seed.
Yeah. And we're saying, you know what, we got proper access now. We don't need to commit to being over here in Pod. We can just do literally whatever we want. We have Hammer and Mitts and Pearl, and go do Eastern and then do Pod. I like that bail from Kappa.
He does still need to work his way back to the other fish that Thieves Big if you would like his Ped Triforce, but
Yeah. Unfortunate thing about that Thieves Town Big Key on Zora is that it is getting like it's about as isolated as it could be for Kappa at this point.
yeah, unfortunately.
So that could be the narrative that we're looking at 35 minutes from now is Zora has the Thieves Small Key, and that is the thing. That's definitely what I would say is the strongest point in PRD's favor right now.
Yeah, for sure. It's just going to take Spidey senses on Kappa's part to kind of make him realize, oh, Scamfish.
Yeah, if something like Mirrors here in the back of Thieves, like Mirror, and something else that locks a bunch, like Mirror and Flute here in the back of Thieves might be as close to good as it could get for Kappa, but then the extra mobility that PRD would get out of that, I don't know. Maybe you just want the seed to not turn out to be the Ped seed that it looks like. We'll see how this shakes out. We do know there's 4 items back here. First one is Ether, and we do know that PRD's only going to get 3 of them.
Yep.
Yeah, chat has been trying for, roughly the past 22 minutes to prognosticate what exactly go mode conditions look like in this. But we are starting to get to the point where we can start to look at that. For Ped, really all we need is the pod big. And then for the 5-6 crystals, Fire Rod gets us there, and Fire Rod would also, get us the capability of doing ice, whether in logic or not. But it's reasonable to be looking at those as sort of the most relevant pieces that are outstanding. We'll see if those end up being the 2 pieces that the runners find. This mode has a way of making it look like it's going to do one thing and then taking a hard left turn.
Yeah. Nice Armos kill by Kappa.
And PRD is in a battle with Blind right now, but
yeah, Blind kind of got away from him.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, we're in the select buffer phase of things. Oh, and we're in the dying phase of things. That's less good. But I think we're just going to run back in. Kappa did meanwhile pick up the first pendant.
Raids Saha's closet, and then Safe Scum's out.
Yeah, so what do we have for Kappa here? We still haven't seen anything on the mountain, but there's just not a lot going on there.
No.
Kappa does have the hammer and the cape, so Spike Cave could be a thing in Kappa's mind, but it looks like instead we're going for that splash delete, and we'll see where this is. I'm gambling.
Ice Palace play with Bombos?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm expecting this to be ice.
Okay, that's spicy.
5-6 crystals are so valuable in this that if you can get one, you just kind of go do it.
Well, PRD Wong gets blind down and is rewarded with Tempered Sword.
Not so bad. Kind of nice to have that for Ice Palace.
For sure.
And we have a nice little spin speed here.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm super thrilled about an ice play with no hook shot, but, I mean, Who might have questioned Kappa after that hammer gamble?
Was it even a gamble though? Like it just felt like the play was to go kern jump there from that. I mean, you got hammer from Catfish, which is gross for sure, but
Yeah.
you know, I wouldn't say Cap has been playing too gambly. I think this ice play is very rational. I mean, 5-6 crystals because they count toward your 5 crystal goal and your pyramid fairy goal.
Yep. I mean, plus if you're a rule of fire believer, you're going to get your other 5-6 requirement out of here.
Yeah, maybe. Well, we'll see. We'll see how mimetic the item placements are today. You know, we're seeing that nice mirrorless Smith here with PRD. And we're getting the classic Ice Palace bomb jump.
Oh, 2019 strats. Love it.
You gotta... What was it? Was it 2019? What was... I guess, yeah, it was spring 2019.
I think so, yeah.
Either that or it was 18. It was the year after Moonfall and Super Metroid. I can't remember which of those was 18. One was 18, and the other was 17 or 19. 2020 is James saying, so...
Yep.
My memory's just shot. It might have been 2 years. 2020... Man, that year didn't exist.
Where has time gone?
Yeah, there's no concept of time surrounding 2020. Yeah, it was 3 years ago and also 18 years ago. The before times. But we're turning that shovel in. We're getting some more Ice Palace information. PRD gets that powder. Might have wanted that for Thieves Town.
Yeah, I would have saved a little bit of time, but, you know, better late than never.
Yeah, we're getting the old tongue pull strats.
So weird seeing ice done in this sequence nowadays.
I know.
Oh, Vanilla Vicky. No, it's not. It's Meyer.
It is a big key in the big key chest.
Oh.
But without the flute, it's not doing any good.
I have a feeling we're not going to be seeing Meyer or TR in this seed.
I would be surprised if we see Meyer. That said, all it takes is like burying the pod key irredeemably, and suddenly we're in Meyer. Like this seed, or this mode just does that crap all the time. It gives you everything but one item for one of the threads, and then it just dries up, and you just basically last locate your way to another win condition.
Yeah. I don't know that I would say I'm looking forward to my match in this mode, but it's going to be different.
You are playing this mode then?
Yes, my match is on Saturday.
Oh, nice. I too am going to be playing this mode. Pre-season, I actually thought I wanted to play this mode. And I don't know what pre-season me was thinking. Nice bomb jump here, and we're going to have to drop down. Don't let the Freezors get you. Get into the big chest, because we don't have the hook to clip through the blocks. But we...
Oh, that's big.
Yes, sir. That is a mirror in the Ice Palace big chest.
Oh. I think I smell a trip over to East DM pretty quick.
Yeah, that's looking like the mountain is suddenly the place to be. Also, that's Magic Bat. Not that we didn't have the hammer already, but that's another way to Magic Bat.
You know, just in case we want to go Clean that loose end up.
Yeah, in case we really want to go chase that powder.
Master Sword, Cold Stare, not the funnest fight in the world, but Kappa more than capable.
Yeah, it is one of the boss fights in this game. So far, Kappa doing it, capably. That was a little bit of a sketchy situation there, and Kappa just, pause buffered through it. Oh, but this is not where you want to be. 4 hearts green here, so this is getting a little sketchy.
Yeah. Yeah. At this point, just focus one, or just refill your magic. I was going to say focus one of them down, so you have less nonsense running around after you. But just refilling your magic and caping through, perfectly acceptable as well. Nice kill.
Yeah, nice double spin there to finish it off. Get that red rupee, and more importantly, get that red crystal.
Yep.
So now we're a fire rod away from one of the pyramid fairy conditions here for Kappa being able to get that Triforce piece from Pyramid Fairy. But that fire rod could be heckin' anywhere. It could just be chilling in GT.
Well, now you did it. It's in GT for sure now.
I hope not, but there's another
wow.
East Death Mountain. Good luck ever finding your hammer, PRD. That's a little unfortunate, but
yeah, great item, but
yeah,
pulls you away from the nice ice rod on the desert ledge.
Well, we're not getting there until we get to Catfish, so that's maybe good. The seed is shaping up into what this mode tends to do.
Yeah, that hook shot's a great item, but unfortunately is going to serve as just another distraction, keeping PRD away from that hammer.
Yeah, that said, I think I probably do pretty quickly jam the volume on the mountain that's available if I'm PRD, and so we do see that save and quit to mountain.
Yep. Looks like Kappa's opting to clear out Graveyard Ledge before making that trip.
Also very reasonable and makes sense. Leverage that mirror that you just got behind your flippers.
Yep.
So go do things you know can't be flippers.
Yeah, especially for a blue male. That's some nice safety. Getting our first look at Paradox from PRD. 50 rupees and flippers.
Well then. So that is going to feel a little strange when Kappa gets there.
There's a water walk set up from Kappa again.
All right, so we have Kane and flippers here behind this hook shot. Now, and Desert Big as well. This is the nonsense we didn't want the seed to do.
Yeah, well,
God knows where our pod big is.
Kappa could be on his way to get it right now. This is going to be a water walk to Hylia Island.
Oh, okay, yeah. We do know there's a big key chilling on Hylia Island.
Yep. Floating Island is dead, just a piece of heart.
That's good for PRD not having the mirror yet. And what big key do we got? We got the Womp big key.
Womp womp.
We didn't want that one. We'll see. Maybe we end up wanting it, but
yeah, possibly.
Kappa doesn't want it until at least flippers, and thankfully the hook shot kind of comes, right around with them. Yeah, that was not the big key we were most excited about today.
No.
I guess the good news is it doesn't tempt you to dip behind that big key without flippers.
No.
So, we can find a silver lining for this one, but we are finally getting up to the mountain here for Kappa.
Yep.
Makes a lot of sense. Going to be cleaning up a lot of what we saw PRD do. Has to kind of go around the other way, so could end up in Hera here. So, Flippers and Samaria are chilling in Paradox. The Mirror is in Ice Palace. I think it was in the big chest.
Yep.
And the hook shot was in purple chest. So everything is gross and nothing's okay.
Yeah, if you want to avoid the grossness, just do ice before Smith Chain. Ugh.
But, like, Kappa did ice before Smith Chain, and I don't know that we're avoiding the grossness on Kappa's side. The Thieves' Big Key is still forever stuck on Catfish, or on Zora. Catfish has the hammer. PRD's hammer is stuck on Catfish.
Right.
We might be seeing that here fairly soon, though, because we really didn't get much that was exciting without that mirror yet. Now, I'm kind of surprised this wasn't ice. Staying away from ice here is surprising me.
Yeah, agreed.
Is there a reason I'm missing that PRD would be staying away from ice?
Other than lack of hammer, no.
Oh, that part. Yeah, the hammerless part. That would be a very good reason, yes.
Yeah, I mean...
Hammerless ice is gross and we hate it. Okay. Yeah. So now we're going to get hammer, and then we're probably going to ice. This is what happens when I'm trying to watch two racers at the same time.
Yeah, especially two racers of this caliber, you blink and they're somewhere else doing something different.
Yeah, the information streams are getting crossed for me, so I apologize for that one. But Kappa does pick up those flippers. So now knows that the hook shot is, or should know that the hook shot is how you're supposed to be getting over here to the east side of the mountain. And so probably is going to stay away from, for instance, Hookless Swamp. Like, we can have a hard indicator in this that you just do not touch Hookless Swamp, which is good for Kappa.
Right.
And we get that Desert Big and that Samaria. That Desert Big in the mirror. I'm becoming worried about this Meyer situation where we had that Meyer Big that we really didn't want to see with Ice Palace for Kappa, but
yeah,
it might be starting to loom a little larger.
Yeah, I think it boils down to what we find first, the pod big or...
Yeah, it's starting to feel a little bit like one of those seeds that might have two almost equally bad paths to the victory condition here.
Yeah, quote-unquote victory.
Yeah. I won, but at what cost? I mean, at the end of the day, you'll take the win if you're either of these teams. Knotted up at 5-4. This is a pretty important game for both, potentially, into the back part of the season here.
Yep. With two other teams sitting at 5-3, there is a definite log jam going for second place right there. So,
yeah,
both teams really want to pull out a win here.
As someone playing in the Lost Woods division this season, I understand the log jam standings mess that these two divisions have found themselves in this year. Yeah. It's a weird season.
Yeah, the chaos that division is sowing right now is beautiful. Love to see it.
It is not interesting. It is not stressful.
Kappa probably hoping to spike a bonk shot there, but no dice.
Yeah.
I don't think that could have happened anyway.
And not electing to hover, yeah, I mean, you know that your East Mountain access is behind hookshot. So, hookshot is chilling on purple chest. Mirror is in Ice Palace big chest. And flippers for Kappa were behind the mirror on East Death Mountain. Flippers for PRD were also on the East Mountain in Paradox. But Kappa should know that hookshot was the logical way over here. I'm sure Kappa does know, because both these guys are pretty fantastic players.
Yeah, you don't get into Invitational League without knowing your stuff, so two very good runners here.
And this is our first look at Hera, because, of course, PRD could not get to Hera up here with just the hookshot, no hammer at that point. Hammer was on Catfish, hadn't been there yet.
Yep, and no hookshot, no big key, so gonna have to turn around and leave, unfortunately.
Yep. Hera not that exciting right now. Getting the second Ice Palace bomb jump.
Yep.
Second of, I want to say, like 5 different canonical bomb jumps in Ice Palace.
It is Bomb Jump Palace. Meanwhile, we're going to get a Spike Cave play from Kappa here. Out of logic due to no half magic, but could pay off regardless. If you like arrows, it paid off.
Oddly, the number of times I've been like, especially with all the pilot spoiler practice from last week, please just route me to a chest with arrows. You know, I'll take them.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty scattered under pots all over the place, but I can't be expected to pick those up.
The ones under the pots don't increase your collection rate. And let's be honest about what matters here.
That's what matters.
The mirror? Yes, that's what matters. The collection rate as well.
Ooh, PRD Wong a little sketchy on the health. Probably going to bust out the powder here. There we go.
Yeah. More than a little sketchy on that health. If you powder the anti-fairy and you end up with 7.5 hearts, things were a little dicey.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't be beeping at that point. You should be just about flatlining.
Yeah, we got hammer pegs coming up. And good luck to PRD on the Gold Stair fight. Does have tempered, so a little bit nicer of flight.
Okay.
Hey, it's gross. Thanks.
Yeah, that speculation about no Mire earlier. Yeah, that's in the toilet now.
Yep. Mire, desert. We got those 2 big keys, so yep. You thought you were doing red crystals and pendants? Sorry. That's just kind of how this mode goes. Yep. Alright, PRD. Playing it a little safe. Down to 1 puff, but also down to 1 hit.
Yep, and they do, I believe, 4 hearts of damage on Green Mail, so that was Oko mode if he took a puff hug.
Mm-hmm. But didn't, thankfully.
Nice kill.
I didn't even see what came off the magic bat there, I'll be honest. I was too enthralled by watching PRD try and get this red crystal.
Doesn't look like anything interesting showed up on the tracker. It looks, okay, chat says it's a piece of heart.
Cool. Thank you, chat.
And the goose is loose.
And PRD is going to go to where? Looks like we might be getting some of those mirror checks, but we have flippers, we got mirror, we got swamp. How are you feeling about swamp?
I don't know if I do swamp just yet in this position.
It's a regular crystal. PRD kind of wants it to not turn into a 5 crystal plus 3 pendant mess.
Yep, this could be an actual important big key pickup before going swamp. Oh, mirror bonk.
All right, now is it swamp? I think if I'm PRD here, I just jam swamp. Like, you've got 7 items ahead of you.
Yeah.
And looks like PRD might be agreeing with me.
Yeah, I agree with it after picking that big key up, because that way you're guaranteed to not be leaving anything behind, assuming you're thorough enough to want to go do left side.
Yeah. So, for PRD, you're looking at Pod Big Key and Fire Rod as sort of the targets.
Yep, and we might be getting double swamps here since Kappa just got hook shot from that lunchbox. Yep, looks like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. And so right now, if you're trying to send help to Kappa, you do not want the Pod Big to pop in here.
No, you do not.
Pod Big is the needle shifting strongly to PRD's favor, because the Thieves Town Big is isolated on Zora for Kappa. Which is weird, because PRD has 500 more rupees than Kappa at this point. So you would think if one of them had done Zora. We'll see what the decision-making is surrounding left side swamp. When you're in Go at least -2, but Go mode is flexible, I kind of like just getting it out of the way, just doing it, because, I mean, you really kind of don't want to be doing swamp as a crystal anyway.
Yeah.
It's likely to turn into a 5 crystal and some other condition miss.
Yeah. Like, I'm a notorious left side skipper, but I think in this position I would go for it. Like, I probably want the information that left side might have to offer. To know just where I'm going from here. And looks like Kappa's going for it. And,
I mean, you can come back in for left side. It's only a handful of seconds faster. And getting a crystal, I mean, even if it's not a situation you want to have come up in this mode, there's inherent value to just doing that.
Yeah, for sure. And plus, in the Specky Clip era, coming back in for left side is not as punishing as it used to be.
Exactly. It's almost time neutral. It's not quite, but it's a lot closer than it used to be.
Yeah.
That said, PRD is going to get that time save. Is hoping that the answer just happens to be left side, and maybe we don't even need to kill Argus.
Yep. 10 bombs is not the answer, unfortunately.
Those not quite. Nor was the Swamp Compass.
But at least that's a question mark that's resolved. That's not going to be weighing on your mind while you're completing this, or trying to complete the seed.
Yeah, and if Kappa goes back in to do left side, PRD will probably end up net losing time because of doing that chest with the compass in it, which would be the last check for Kappa. Kappa might be able to, recall and count items appropriately and then just bail, but it'll be close to time neutral.
Yeah.
Does get a a blue bottle there, which is, not nothing, but not what you're looking for.
No, as far as prizes go, that's fine.
Yeah, if you were just going to get something that wasn't progression toward the goal, but was, a reasonable safety, blue bottle's not bad. And we do see Kappa's leaving. See if we're going to turn that mushroom in right away? No.
No, we're going to scope out Myers, see if we can get in there.
Yeah.
Now, if it's Ether, that's bad news. Oh, okay, it's Bombos.
It's Bombos, so we've got that. So, guess we got another beatable crystal for Kappa, so I imagine we're probably just going to see that.
Yep.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see PRD follow.
So it's looking like a fire rod hunt.
Yeah. It could be a fire rod hunt, or it could be a hunt for other condition.
Nope, and wrong rod.
Ikira is reminding me that PRD does not yet have that flute from Hammer Pegs.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably not going to Meyer just yet. I'm suffering from saw it on one side, and therefore both players have the item. Clearly, not how things work. But we are headed over here to something.
This is probably just a K-45 check, and then maybe back up into Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, that would be good. That would get that flute. You can mirror activate that flute. Go to Meyer.
Yep.
And we see Kappa setting up to get crystal number 4. Or crystal number 3, really, but 4 will be in Meyer.
Yeah.
And then we got Fire Rod, would of course be go mode with a 5/6 crystal and a 5th crystal.
Okay, all the bosses just have bottles tonight. That's our third one, second one off a boss.
Yeah. Oh, and there's that flute for purity. A little pause, and yeah, I want that. Or maybe I don't want that, but yeah, I'm compelled to grab that. That could be part of the puzzle here.
Yeah, it was a pause of disgust.
Just give me the fire rod, man.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunate mirror balk for Kappa. Had a couple of those in this seed.
Why does this mode have to be this way? Like, come on, champions. Why did you make this thing this way?
Oh, to punish us.
It'll be weird that Champs Swordless will suddenly be the beloved Champs mode after everyone goes through this week. I don't hate this mode, I just kind of hate racing this mode.
Yeah, there's just so much, like, variance and uncertainty. It's just, it's a lot.
If you felt like casual boots with high variance, how about casual boots with some extra coin flips?
Yeah. And like 5 different red herrings as to what your goal is.
Yeah. We thought we were getting that pod big at some point? I don't know. Thought Fire Rod was going to show up? It might. In the meantime, do 5 crystals so you can go into GT to find out which of those 2 items you will ultimately get access to.
I do enjoy this MSU that Kappa's running, this Valkyrie profile. It's There's a lot of overlap in songs between this and Star Ocean, the second story. One of my favorite games of all time.
It's a solid one. I don't think I played enough of that era of RPGs.
Yes, there was some saturation in the market for sure, but once you
A little bit.
once you pick the gems out, you're in for a good time.
Yeah, that was certainly a very good one. We got Ice Rod off Desert Ledge for PRD, and so far not much going on in Mire for Kappa.
No. Juice Town kind of lacking the juice so far. Completed our boomerang collection for what that's worth.
Speaking of boomers, for the uninformed boomers among us, namely me, because I'm asking the questions here, you want to explain the Juice Town meme? Because
sure.
I've heard a lot of people just like jamming Juice Town everywhere in like the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's.
And I'm like, what is this newfangled thing?
No, it's Homewrecker's fault. Homewrecker's theory is that Juice Town always has the juice, aka it has a higher chance of progression in the mid to late stages of a seed. There's no scientific data to back it up, but hey, we're rolling with it anyway.
All right, and what is the Town of Juice?
You're looking at it, Misery Mire.
Okay. So it's 2 items because of the small key density in the dungeon. Algorithmically, I'm guessing it's about the algorithmic bias for progression items being placed there.
Yeah.
Not unreasonable.
Right. Chad informing us that it actually originated with Scottish Brave, but I do know Homewrecker is responsible for the spike in popularity, so it's a team effort in the community.
I see. Well, appreciate that for my boomer self here, not knowing all the newfangled ways to talk about A Link to the Past randomizer. But yeah, there are a lot of chances to find good stuff in Mire because you got a lot of small keys.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, that is how the devs decided to place items. I don't really understand that choice, but that's what we're dealing with. Something where counting the small keys is highly relevant to the value of items. Get a nice little Master Sword Cape Vitreous here for Kappa. And just a small key.
Womp womp.
Yeah. So, we've got 4 crystals available.
Yep.
We don't yet have the Hera Big Key, so GT is not yet in Logic. But we could go jam it and assume that it's going to show up in Logic at some point.
Could, yeah.
But that's a little dangerous. Because the other 2 crystals are, of course, Fire Rod locked.
Yeah, I mean, there's no really juicy options left. There's TR, I suppose, but Kappa would need Ether to get in there, and Ether is, of course, stashed away behind that Thieves Town Big that is still orphaned on Zora, so GT might be a more enticing option on that side.
Yeah, this is one of those... You know, do you really want to go into GT, which is, I mean, it has a Triforce piece, right? But like, it also has a lot of time loss potential.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do not envy the decision point here that Kappa is faced with regarding whether to break up into GT or not.
No, not at all. I feel like if I'm in those shoes, whatever decision I make is going to be wrong. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've been making a habit of making those wrong decisions in this mode.
Yeah, the only right decision in this mode is to not play.
Unfortunately, it sounds like we've both made the wrong decision, as have these runners.
I fell on this grenade so my teammates could have a good time in modes that they enjoy. They wanted co-op Randomizer boots. They can have it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's one that I'm not going to fight anyone for. But I will say that the choice to run this mode was actually fairly contested among my team in preseason, and I don't know what we were thinking. We were all like, yeah, I kind of dig that. I want to run that one. Now, week 5 is upon us, and I have regrets. And PRD with Tempered is set up for some, roughly a WQ Vitreous there.
Yep.
Cleans up nicely with a couple arrows. And it looks like we might be getting that toward GT play from Kappa.
Yeah, I think I agree with this given the situation. That Thieves Town is big key is never showing up. Take your chances in GT and hope for a fire rod.
Yeah. Fire rod showing up would be, the most straightforward live out for Kappa. Just because when do you get back to that Zora?
Yeah, you don't.
And I mean, that is one of the nice things about the way this mode works, is you can isolate something like that and you can find the other path. So,
yep.
Sometimes all the paths are bad, and so even if you miss one of them, you can find a different bad path, and it's okay. All these rupees in Hookshot Cave.
Yep.
And a 14 cart. And yeah, we might be getting dueling Heras into GT here. Where if it's the Fire Rod, that's great for Kappa. If it's the Pod Big Key, that's terrible for Kappa.
Yeah.
We're basically where we were 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, we just got distracted by like
5 dungeons.
Yeah, laser pointers going in 5 different directions.
Yeah, we'll see how aggressive toward GT we want to be here. Looks like we are going to at least open some upstairs content here in Hera. Because
yeah, no reason.
Why couldn't this just be the Fire Rod?
Oh, you thought the seed was going to be nice? Yeah, no. You picked the wrong mode.
Yeah. And then you watch everyone else's race, and you see all the lovely seeds that other people get to race.
Boy, I watched a real stinker earlier this evening. That was, who was it? Professor Pixie and... I can't remember, but that one had some nasty twist. Tree Sap Thief, there we go. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Tracker.
Yeah, I practiced instead of watching that one. I had some work to do and missed the beginning, and honestly I find the beginning of these to be by far the most compelling part. Because you see such wild divergence, and a lot of times the early game really dictates the paths, and so if you miss the early part, for me, I have trouble catching up, especially in this mode. But we are headed into GT, and I'm assuming PRD is going to be doing the exact same thing. So we'll see what does GT deal us, and who is in the lead.
Chat's in the lead. Chat's comfortably winning this one.
Oh, Chat. Chat has no skin in the game.
No, but they still somehow win. And
Doesn't seem fair.
No, and PRD is going to be popping GT open. As we start to wind this race down, be sure to give both of these runners a follow. Give my co-com a follow as well, and our tracker. And myself, if you like shameless clowning.
I just do the ashamed clowning, so...
Thank you, Lana. Teamwork on those commands.
Oh, looks like we're going by way of TR. We're going to see... Do we open TR? Nah. So far, GT not turning up the goods. I'm very interested in seeing what happens here, though. Because if you wanted an example of just, or like a snapshot of just how variable or volatile this mode is.
Yeah.
This is a really great illustration of how this mode is kind of like flipping coins sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes the coin just lands on its edge and doesn't, actually fall on the side. Oh no! Oh no!
Well, shucks.
Oh no.
We'll see if the fire rod shows up right here behind, because we're still live. Alright, so if fire rod is behind Ice Armos, is Kappa in the lead?
It's close.
Yeah, that's exactly why I asked the questions. I didn't want to have to answer it.
It's close.
Yeah, it's very close. Oh yeah, chat's reminding about the tempered sword situation, and so that probably is. Yeah, this.
Yeah.
We're about to get the pod big here. We're about to go pull Ped, and Ped is slower than the pyramid, but I don't think it's by enough. Yeah, PRD is continuing on. I'm a little aghast at this. Does PRD not realize that this is go mode? Oh, needs the Triforce piece. Yes. That thing, I thought, for whatever reason, I thought it was in Hope, but no, it's right there behind Ice Armos. So it's go mode, but we still gotta dig this out, and no fire rod, so...
Yep.
For some reason, my brain was like, we're in Hope Room, we got the Triforce piece. My apologies to PRD.
Yeah, if Kappa can spike a fire rod out of pod here somehow, maybe this is still a race, but...
It's gonna be tough. It would have to be like 4th sword, silvers, and fire rod in somewhere that PRD doesn't go or something. I mean, we're starting to talk about like Magical Christmas Land, the outs.
Yeah.
That said, it's never say never.
Yep.
We'll see how much pod we end up seeing from PRD. But that will be the last pendant. Surely has enough rupees to open pod.
Yeah. Could allow himself to get scammed quite a few times by the monkey and still, you know, be fine financially.
I'm trying to remember, other than the bush crab farming, where PRD picked up extra rupees in the early game that made Zora more viable or attractive as a play.
All I really saw was the bush farming, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I think it might have just been a commitment to bush crab,
which is not a bad play when bush crab's dropping 20s. Just,
no,
you know.
It's just almost crazy that now we're an hour later, but something almost negligible in the early game turned out to be pretty much the pivotal thing.
Yep.
That said, I mean, both runners have played a very nice race, and you know, it was live into GT.
It was.
If that's Fire Rod instead of Pod Big there, it's going to be real close. What is in the back of Pod? Just lots of keys. More keys. I'm waiting for this Fire Rod to pop. It's out there somewhere. It might just be in TR. It might just be in Tile Room.
I think that's our last 3 hundo in the Dark Maze.
Yeah, that's kind of a reasonable illustration. Oh, it might be in the hair big chest. There's our GT access behind GT, so... Or no, not behind GT, no. This was not behind the big key. Just was available. So that's our GT access, yes. And it looks like we're killing Helma, because what else are we going to do?
Yeah.
Get that green pendant. And I'm assuming we'll see a green pendant turn in. It could be the Fire Rod. Because, as Structural Mike asked 45 minutes ago, was that lamp Fire Rod locked? No, it was not.
Okay, that's the last 3 hundo.
Yeah, that's all 5. We are able to be just about as spendy as we want to be here.
Yep.
You want blue potions? Load up.
15 hearts, blue mail, half magic, tempered sword. I think we'll just go.
Yeah. This is Pulp Head, get Triforce piece. Kill Ganon, get rest of Triforce.
Oh.
But I'm pretty sure we'll get to see what the green pendant is. I'm curious if we find the Fire Rod. Or really, I'm curious what Kappa's play after green pendant turn-in is.
There's not much on the table.
Yeah, it's gotten very thin. I mean, that's the thing with this mode is, if it gets a little gross, it tends to thin out very, very fast.
Yep. Oh, what's on PED? Oh, wow. A Triforce piece.
It's a yellow triangle.
What a shocker. That's going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, still have a pig to kill, but now we can access the pig.
Yep. So, yeah, flute to 5. We're going to take the portal. We're going to run to the pyramid. We got fast scanning, so we can drop right on in. If by we, I mean PRD. And then do tempered silverless Ganon, which is not so bad given blue mail and 15 hearts here.
No.
And
oh no! Oh my god! This game stinks.
Oh wow, that's just gross. Why is this seed? This is this mode, by the way. If anyone needed to understand this mode a little bit more, that's this mode.
This game stinks.
Yes. The other path is going to be available. It's 100% items. Like, you can get there. But if you don't pick the right adventure when you choose your own adventure in this, have fun. So yeah, that is go mode for Kappa.
Ugh.
And, you know, Kappa knows it was gross, but Kappa has no reason to suspect that the Thieves' Town Pig is available.
Nope.
Like, this looks like it might just be the reasonable path through the seed for Kappa.
Yeah, moving away from Scampish at that part of the seed was just really unfortunate because there's really nothing that's gonna pull you back toward it. Like, it just gets more and more isolated as the seed goes on.
Did you see that Silver's hint, by the way?
I did not. Do go on.
Did you find the silver arrows in Thieves' Town?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, I'm so dead right now, dude.
Oh, that's...
What trash.
Repeat after me. This game stinks.
This game stinks.
Yeah, GG's chat
has the right of it. This week is going to be amazing, and it's not for anyone who's right.
No, GG's chat.
Nice cape spin there for PRD.
Yep.
And finishes it up.
Looks like Kappa pulled Tempered off a Mothula there, but it's going to be a little too late. As PRD crosses that 1x3 bridge, get your GGs in chat.
Yeah, GG to PRD. GG also to Kappa. I mean, like, what do you do? Sometimes Zora just does that.
Yeah.
And looks like might be getting Kappa finishing up, which is good to see.
Yeah, with Tempered, it's another 2.5 minutes of your time. After an hour and 20 some odd minutes, already committed, just do it.
Yep. Go to Pyramid Ferry. Never go to Thieves' Town. Never get those silvers.
Yeah.
And we'll see if PRD or Kappa decide to join us. But, this was... One path was better than the other, but that path involved going to Zora at some point. Both runners played very well. Played solidly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, this is one of those modes where even if you choose right, it feels like you're choosing wrong.
Yeah. And both made the decision to go to GT with, the Hera big key outstanding, and worked out for the better.
Kappa didn't even check that second chest in Pyramid Ferry for silvers. He just wants this over with.
Yeah, just let me out. Oh, that silver fin just destroyed me.
Yeah, that was cruel. Who even rolled this? I need to check the race time room.
Yeah, I wasn't in there, so who to blame.
I wanted to blame Drossi, but Drossi had nothing to do with this. It was Kappa.
Okay. Yeah, that will bring Don't Forget to Track Us to 6 and 4.
Yep.
And Roomies to 5 and 5 in a, as we were saying, fairly contested division still at this point.
Yeah, a lot of chaos in that division.
Yeah. It's certainly going to be interesting to watch the last few weeks of this season play out, because this week's over for these two teams, but then we have 100% locations cross keys, which is plenty volatile. 100% locations helps a little bit with the volatility, because you don't have dumb small keys locking themselves all over the place.
Right.
But then co-op Randomizer is, I'd say less volatile, but still can be pretty gross. Like, you can just end up with, like, oh, there's a Trinix on the climb, where was the ice rod?
Yeah. Yeah, Randomizer can always throw a wrench in any plan, no matter what. That's going to do it for Kappa. As soon as he crosses this 1x3 bridge. And
GG. GG to Kappa. And to Don't Forget to Track Us and Tyler Roomies.
Oh, great race.
Yeah, fascinating. The mode did what it does. It's living its best life here, being showcased for all of the world. But the races are certainly very interesting. And we were joined by Plasma Kappa. GG Kappa.
GG.
Yeah, this was just a gross one. This was one of those ones that it looked like the seed was going to be nice and maybe give you your Fire Rod and your pod big and for you the Thieves Town big, and then it just didn't.
Yeah, I thought I did this route correctly, as fast as possible. Shame about the other route that was, available and not locked behind the Fire Rod.
Yeah, both routes were reasonably gross, but you ended up on the slightly grosser of the two, and that really ended up being a big part of the difference.
Yeah.
Not much you can do with Fire Rod being on green pendant there like that.
Maybe I should just go to Pod to look for Fire Rod, not go into GT out of logic. Maybe it's on Bookshot Cave and I have to climb the mountain anyway, so sure, I'll clear an extra dungeon, I guess. Maybe he didn't go to Catfish forever. He doesn't have his hammer.
That did indeed happen, but eventually PRD did get to Catfish.
Yep.
But you certainly were the first to the hammer.
Yeah.
It was, you had the hammer in the mirror and ended up getting the flippers, but PRD had the hook shot and then got the flippers, then got the hammer directly into the mirror, staying out of hammerless ice. Was sort of how the mid-seed played out.
It's unfortunate. Means you'd have to do mirrorless smiths. I was like, okay, well, I don't have the pod big, so I'm not going to pod until I can reason. I can go to GT. So maybe there's something in GT. Maybe I'll have to clear most of it anyway.
Yeah, and with, I mean, there being a Triforce piece there, for sure, there's value in being an out-of-logic GT.
Yeah, except I might have to do the right side bomb jump, which could
Yeah.
definitely have caused problems.
Yeah, that bomb jump is one of the dumber things that can come up as pretty reasonable to do in certain situations. This mode, because of the modularity of the routing, tends to throw a lot of those fairly niche situations more than a lot of other modes I'm finding, especially with 5 Crystal GT.
Yeah. I feel like I almost got away with it because I had to do all those crystal dungeons anyway.
Yeah, this was one that looked like it might have been the 3 pendant 2 red crystal solution, and then you had your choice of either 3 pendant 5 crystal or 5 crystal and then 2 red crystal with fire rod behind a dumb pendant.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Fortunate to that route, it seems.
yeah. Certainly a very interesting race, though. A lot of varied decisions. The decisions, made sense on both sides, and you just kind of both ended up on fairly different paths fairly early, which, makes for a fun watch.
Yeah.
But just PRD ended up doing a little bit more bush crab farming earlier, ended up doing the water walk in Zora's domain in a situation where was able to get Zora the first time through, and ended up with Thieves Town big because it was just kind of there. And so had 2 pendants before I think any crystals, with Eastern being available early, and then having the big for Thieves. And so was really looking for the pod big, and so when that showed up in GT, that was the answer for PRD, rather than having to go through to get that fire rod.
Yeah. So it seemed like a lot, but it was. That's about all I can say about feeling.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that is most of what I wanted to, discuss about the seed. Late Bit, was there anything that you'd wanted to cover that I forgot?
No, I think all the bases are covered there. I mean, I think with the knowledge that we had, I think Kappa made the right call with the GT play, and just didn't work out. But welcome to Champions Ganon Hunt.
Yeah, this is just such a volatile mode. It's going to be a very interesting week. So, at least, no more races for the week for you, Kappa.
Yep.
It's the only silver lining I can offer, I think, is you don't have to race Champions Ganon Hunt again.
Yes. I did several practice seeds. It's a very memey mode. Like, even memier than cross keys.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I've seen more seeds that ask you to kern jump or water walk to East Dark World than I've seen that don't. It's bizarre.
Yeah. Feels about correct.
Yeah. Anything else you want to discuss, Kappa?
No. Thanks. Pilot Island Big Key. Make me go out of my way there. Otherwise, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Swamp Big Key. Yeah, GG Kappa and GG also to PRD.
Yep.
It was a fantastic race, really. Both races between these teams were excellent. So anyone watching is encouraged to follow really the entire team, and also our racers Kappa and PRD today. But both races were great. If you did miss the one earlier, definitely check it out. The VOD is on this channel. And that, unsurprisingly, there's not more races right now, but at 1:10 tomorrow, 1:10 p.m. Eastern, there are 4 races concurrently.
Yep.
All at 1:10 p.m. Let me refresh and see if we have channels assigned. It looks like we have one assigned to SpeedGaming. That'll be Thalane versus F. Coughlin from another division that is full of chaos. If Terra Enigma is a great game versus Bomb Squad. And we'll see if Scottish Brave versus Red Kitsune and Top Life versus Teto get restreams. Lots of good races going on. Also some at 2:10 p.m., 3:10 p.m., 8:40 p.m. tomorrow. Should be lots of races. And that's just Invitational. Over on Open, we've got, an 11 a.m., 6:40 p.m., and some in the evening later as well. Not quite as many in Open, or a little surprisingly, but lots of good races all week, including tomorrow and ongoing. So definitely keep your eyes peeled on the SpeedGaming schedule to see what's coming up. Late Bit, I appreciate you letting me join you on comms today, and I will let you shut it down.
Sure. Everybody, be sure to follow the Speed Gaming Prime channel as well as Speed Gaming 2 through 6 for all your Speed Gaming needs. And as Maniacal said, keep your eyes peeled on both the Invitational and Open League schedules because we are still actively scheduling matches for both of those as the week goes on. Be sure and follow both of these runners. Follow our wonderful tracker. Follow my CoCom. And I guess follow me if you're feeling generous. And thank you guys for coming out because we can't put these on without an audience to watch. So thanks, everybody. GG's to our runners. Enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it happens to be in your part of the world, and take care.